So we're going to look at central tendencies and mainly mean, median, mode, and range. And then I want to show you how to find the quartiles in your calculator. So we're going to use the calculator a lot. You do have access to a graphing calculator when you take the final exam, the EOC. So I want to show you how to use it to find all the data that you need. So we're going to look at a couple of problems on this particular paper. All right. So the first three ask us to find the mean, median, and mode, and then the range. Now, when you have a set of data, a lot of times you are having to write them in order from low number to high number, and then average them, find the middle number, and all of that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put the data in the calculator in the order it is, not having to rearrange it, and we're going to let the calculator help us find it. Okay, so whenever you're going to put in data, you're going to go to Stat, and we've been here before to come up with an equation, but this time we're just going to come and we're going to find particular values. Now we have one set of data, and we're going to put that one set of data in L1. So remember to clear it out. You go up, hit clear, and enter. And then you're going to put your entries in. So I'm going to type them in real quick. 20, 30, 35, 24, 36, 47, and 48. All right, now once you get your data in the list, then you're going to go back to Stat and over to Count, just like we've done before. But this time we are not looking for an equation like in numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, and on. We are going to look at this very first entry that says one var stats, one variation stats. So that means we have one set of data, not two, like an X and a Y, but just one set of data. So we're going to pick that one, and we're going to cursor down. Now this tells us a lot of information. You have your mean at the very top. The X with the line over it is your mean, your average. Then we have the sums and the sum squared. And then you have standard deviation for these two. And then the N tells you how many terms were in your list. There were 7 numbers. The smallest number, the minimum number, was a 20. And then it gives us some quartile information. Quartile 1 is 24. Quartile 2, or the median, is 35. And quartile 3 is 47. And then it tells us our largest number was 48. So let's go back up here to the very top, and we're going to look at this mean value. Okay? So my mean is 34, and we're going to round that to 0.3. Okay, 34.3. Then I'm going to cursor down. Mean is 34.3. Your median is listed right here. It is 35. Your range. Let's talk about mode and range. Mode is the number that occurs most frequently. Now, all of these numbers are different, so we do not have a mode. Okay? The range, you take the maximum and you subtract the minimum. Okay? Maximum minus minimum. So my maximum was 48, and I'm going to subtract the minimum, which was 20. So my range is 28. Okay? So mean, remember, is the average of your numbers. So you could add them all up and divide them by 7, because that's how many numbers you have. The median is the middle number if they are written in ascending order. So if they're going from low number to high number, then you can pick out the middle term. Okay? Mode is the one that is written the most frequent. So it means if you got some that repeat, the one that repeats the most is your mode. And then your range, of course we said, is the maximum minus the minimum. All right? So let's look at a little bit, some more entries here. All right, let's look at this next set of data, this number 2 here. All right, we're going to go in here at Stat, Edit, go up and clear it. Okay, and we're going to put these numbers in. So we got 130, 140, 135, 125, 160, and 175. Okay, Stat, Calc, number 1. All right, so this time, here's our mean. Remember the X with the line over it. Our average value is 144, and we'll say 0.2 because we'll round it. Okay, so we'll slide it up. So our mean was 144.2. Our median is right there listed for us, 137.5. There are no numbers that repeat, so again, we do not have a mode. Our range is maximum minus our minimum. That gives you 50. Okay? Now, you're going to get data written in several different ways. Now, these were just lists of numbers. This one looks more complicated because the numbers are in rows and columns. But these are the numbers that you're going to work with. Okay, so you would put each one of them in. And they all go in column 1, in L1. Okay, all your data goes into one list. You don't make a list for each row or anything, or column. All right. Another way they're going to give you information is if you are just reading a description of them. So these 4 through 8, just give it to you in words, the price list for computers shown in a magazine advertisement, and then they list those prices. Don't forget the number behind the and. It's really easy to miss something, so just be careful. Some of them are going to tell you to just name one thing, like this asks for the mean price. This asks for the median. However, this one asks you for mean, median, and mode. So if you look at this list, it looks like 4 repeats. So 4 would be our mode. Okay? Then I thought this table was a little unusual for number 9. So I want to show you that one. So let's do that one in the calculator. All right, Stat, Edit, and we're going to clear out what's there. Now, this is wanting you to find out the information based on the times. So notice this is in years and the time. Year and the time. We're going to look at all of the times, and we're putting all of the times into one list. So 43.4, 43.4, 43.4, 43.1, 43.2, 40.2, 40.2, 40.1, 40.3, 39.44, 39.17, 38.103, 38.19, and 36.45. Okay, now notice I put them all in this one list. There was 2 columns of times, but I put all of them in one list. Okay. Now we're going to go Stat and calculate number 1. All right, our mean, our average for these is 40.6. Okay. Then it asks you for the mean, and then it asks you for the median. Here's the median, 40.2. it asked you for the mode. So if you look, 43.4 was entered 3 times. So that is your mode. And then it asked you what is the range of the skate times. So you're going to take this maximum 43.4 and subtract 36.45, and you get about 7. So it may have you rounding to 7. Okay? So these are basically all the same here. Here's this gives you total salaries, but you need to list them one at a time. So I do want to show you this one. Alright, so I'm going to pull it up on the computer and we're going to look at the salaries. Now we don't want the total salaries. We want to look at each individual salary. Okay? Now, this column here tells you how many employees are paid that price or that value, that salary. Okay? So, we want to put them in the number of times we're supposed to. So one person makes $65,000. 4 people make $24,000. So we're going to put $24,000 in 4 times. Okay? 3 people make $22,800. So we're going to do that 3 times. 2 people make $18,250. Alright, now, once, I think I missed a 0 somewhere. Yep. Okay. So once we get all the data, the salaries for the number of employees we have, we'll go stat calc 1. And our average salary is $26,590. I want to ask you some questions about that. Okay? $26,590. Let's write that down. Okay? The median salary is $23,400. The mode salary, the one that most people get, remember, was that one that that $24,000, because that was written 4 times. Okay, so we found all of our data information. Now the question is, which measure of central tendency would you use to report the average salary if you were a dock worker? If you were one of the workers, what would you tell your buddy the average salary is to try to get him to work? Okay? Now, if I was the employee, then I would let people know not everybody makes that $65,000, right? The average value that people make is about $23,400. All right? Now, what if you were the president and you were trying to hire people and you wanted your company to look the best that it could? Would you use the median or would you use the mean? You'd use the mean, because that is the best average for you to show that your company is paying people well. Okay? So you do have to be careful with that. All right?